Alright, welcome back. So, as we left off, we were at Morgantown Station, about to start the final departure quest. We finished First Things First and Second Helpings, and it took us here, to Morgantown Airport for the final departure. This is the continuation of the original main Fallout 76 quest. So let's continue forth. So as you come in, you're gonna have Scorch to deal with. You may gain some levels, killing everything, exploring the place, and searching for things. Like that. And here's another feature that right off the bat I'm gonna show off. So you saw that. My score rank finally went up and I unlocked something. So here, I'm going to go into the menu, I pressed Z. So, every day you might want to check the atomic shop like this. And go to Utility, and unlock whatever is given out for free. I'm going to unlock this for my streaming character, Mark. But you can't do that on a Fallout world. Same with scoreboard, we're going to ignore that guy attacking me. I just unlocked this on the scoreboard. As you do random things every day or repeat certain things that are daily, you'll unlock something on this scoreboard. It changes every, I believe, 3 months. Don't quote me on that. I'm new to the scoreboard. But see, a scrap kit. So I can press enter and claim that, and they'll be added to the inventory of my character. Now, I'm not 100% if it's all characters or if it's just the character you're playing on. I'm not going to risk it right now, because this is not a character I plan on playing later. Deal with it. Anyone else? This guy clearly wants the smoke, so he's going to get it. I actually like that better. I'm going to take this short pipe revolver rifle. This will be better than what I've got, not that it matters. I'm equipping it. This is a revolver rifle. I like that. These you used to be able to walk up to. These are the remains of petrified Scorch. Because if they stand still for too long, like they like to do to fake you out, they turn into this. And you can search it. You used to get nuclear waste, now you don't get anything. And then you get rads for standing in the vicinity. You can remove limbs in this game, as I'm showing you now. I don't know why that one won't get removed, but that's fine. Not what we're here for anyway. I'm gonna take that rat away. I'm gonna take that stim pack. Just gonna keep it nice and clean. So, for the quest, we have to enter the airport here. And I'll show you exactly where you have to go to complete the quest. Everything else that I don't do is optional. Obviously, you can explore all you want. But there's gonna be lots of quests. You wanna go this way. Keep in mind, once you go to leave this after this quest ends, a quick exit is through this.
This message will repeat.
So anyways, back to it. We are here investigating Morgantown's airport. There's a corpse here that you can do to search all the nearby corpses. Obviously there's going to be Scorched and things you can collect, some more ammo things to grab. This is, like I said in the last one, a good place to go to get to collect scrap and then leave the place and then go ahead and...
Did you need bathroom lights?
It's a good place that we can go to collect scrap and then slowly do the walk of shame to that train to either sell things or scrap them at the thing. But this is where you have to go to complete this quest. He's dead. I would suggest either hacking this door terminal or you're doing the door. Fuck off. But come over here first, because you gotta go all the way around to get this key card. Or you can just reach through and take it. But this is the path that you're gonna go to get in. Going through the other way would have taken you here. And this is a good place. It has a scrap station. But essentially going through that door would have taken you here. Both ways end to the same place. But we'll open the door. Just for the fun of it. You used to be able to go to these. I believe these will give you rations every day. That gave me some water and food. Obviously, at any time, you can search all the nearby corpses to get all the stuff, scrap it. I think I saw a stim pack in there. I'm just going to take that just for the fun of it, because it's going to annoy me to all ends when I have red in my HP, because I don't play bloodied, which is when you keep your radiation way high. Now, the other alternate route to get that card that I snuck through that wall to collect is when you get to this point, you go down here and open this door. There's the scorch. There he comes. But that key card activates everything in this place, as I showed you with that door before. There's going to be a legendary Scorched that's not actually legendary, because I don't remember if you get anything for killing them. Find out. No, you do not. You can always also, by the way, shoot this oil clip and deal with a bunch of Scorched at once. There is a hidden room over here that you can pick lock. And ammo in there. And if you unlock this, there's a holotape.
Fight.
But we just need in here.
I repeat, all responders report to Morgantown Airport right away. Bring any weapons you can. The Scorched are coming.
Turning this off.
There's a lot of them. Please hurry. There's not much time. Chavez out.
Here.
This message will repeat.
Now it's learn the fate of the responders. So you gotta listen to this Overseer log.
Overseer's log. Morgantown. I used to love coming here on weekends, taking flight lessons. Now it feels like I walked into a nightmare. Those scorched things are everywhere. I kept quiet. They didn't see me. I managed to observe them for a bit. Whatever this disease is, it seems to completely take over its host. The ones that used to be human, eventually they go rigid, like some kind of stasis. And if they stay like that for too long, they sort of burn up from the inside out. Vesuvius in reverse. I wondered what could possibly cause all this. And then I got my answer. It swooped down from the sky, screeching, breathing, infecting everything. I don't know how to fight this. But we need to consider all our options. Even the nukes. We find the source of this scorched plague and wipe it from the map before it can leave Appalachia. But first things first, We can't let the disease spread to us. Looks like the responders were developing some kind of inoculation. I'm going to pick up their work. You should too. This is the Overseer. Signing off.
Alright, so that's their first encounter with the Scorch Beast. But here's another little thing. After a while, their bodies will turn to these meat piles. So keep in mind, if you can't find the bodies later, if you come through and just don't loot all the bodies and quickly do that or something, they'll still be there in these meat piles, or if it's robots, it'll be like a pile of scrap. But, yes, so now we gotta learn about the Inoculation Project. So we're gonna be heading deeper into the airport, but outside. And it'll start another event, sort of like the one at Vault Tech Agricultural Center near Flatwoods, but this one is next to Morgantown, and it's going to be another one that at some other point I'll talk you through what you're supposed to do and show you doing it, because it's going to be so much easier to do these events in these custom worlds. Again, I cannot stress how useful these custom worlds are. But I don't know if I've mentioned, and it might have been a mistake to not have mentioned this in my forward video, well, stream, but you need Fallout first for the worlds. So now I get to deal with these fucking guys again. And this is not family friendly. Fallout has lots of swearing. Get over it. Not the game for you if you don't like swearing. Love watching them fall. Hate to see them come, but I love to watch them leave. See if I can... Yep. That was an insta-kill. And it was double damage. Double infinite damage. He's not alive anymore. So that's where we need to go. And there is now that other thing that popped up. Register for Advanced Responder Training. And... that is going to take place up there. There's a robot next to a camp up on that ledge. And you can do this. And it'll tell you simple things on building your camp and all of that. But first things first, we're doing main quest. You can search the nearby corpses. This place is actually a good place to find some first aid kits in these buildings. So do so if you are so inclined. Collision Course is that event I was telling you about. And you might want to collect these. I don't know if in the future they plan on getting rid of these, but there's a jarred scorched foot. That's your first Scorch Beast, but there's jarred scorched stuff in a level 0 lot. That Scorch Beast flying above is supposedly the one that the Overseer saw, saying that she got her answer to what was spreading the sickness. You don't have to read the rest, because that ends the quest. If you're interested in the lore and all that, go ahead. Obviously this event is timed before it starts. But that's your first view of the Scorch Beast. So now we got the Ounce of Prevention quest. This takes us... By the way, this thing won't attack you, but there's your first legendary weapon that you get as part of a story, Somerset Special. Okay, I'm getting far away from there because you're done in Morgantown for now at that point. So now we are heading south. Your first entrance into the ash heap to study Dr. Hudson's research at the AMV Medical Center. So at this point, I luckily have that survival tent past Flatwoods. That's helpful to me. You might not have done that. But luckily to me, that'll help me some of the way. You might need to walk all the way back to Flatwoods or fast travel if you're willing to spend the caps. The way I'm doing it just saved me. I still have not, I don't think, fast traveled and lost money once. I'm not even going to bother. Now we want to go this way. You can go down the road, you can cut right across. Up to you. I'm going to follow the road for the sake of it, because you can discover locations along the way. But this road should lead me past a train station. But remember, not all the roads will lead to your next location. Check the map and see where the roads actually go. Some roads aren't actually shown on the map. This one is. We're trying to get here. This road's probably going to take me off course. It's going to take me this way, which will lead me to this camp, but we want to go down there. So I'm probably going to veer off the road here. Obviously, keep in mind of any specific containers for things that I find. This is a deposit. If you were to build a camp here, like, I'm going to go into my Pip-Boy and then press C and place my camp here. I can place, if I have the resources in the plan, I believe. Don't quote me on the plan thing. You might already have it. You can put a deposit machine on here that will automatically mine this. If you have excavator power armor, which is something you'll get as a side quest that you gotta opt into. But if you get excavator power armor, you're wearing it, and you use it when you mine this, or have a pickaxe in your inventory, I believe equipped. I could be wrong, and you press E, you'll get extra of this ore, but essentially you'll just press E until you get all the ores, and then you can go to a chemistry station, and with whatever acid you have, you can then melt down that into copper ore. But now I'm just going to go straight, because we're just doing the story. Don't quote me, but I believe you can get a set of a power armor frame from that thing as well. I can't remember if it's locked behind a terminal / lockpick skill, but the first one that you can have chance of spawning spawns at Morgantown's train yard, which was next to the station. You can actually see Morgantown from here. And as you can see on my map, there's a train station real close by. Very likely going the route that I'm going to get attacked by super mutants, liberator robots, and other creatures. This is a random encounter location. This is for the Sheep Squatch quest, that's why there's the mysterious quills, and it's Kill the Brahmin. I apologize. My encoding is overloaded, and that is probably the reason for the lag. But yes, I see there are liberators. Is there more? Yeah. I might do some leveling things while I'm doing this, just to make things faster and easier for me so that I get more hits and bats and all that, but essentially I'm not going to mess with leveling on this, as I'm not obviously saving this progress. Who is this tuber?
Oh, how many of these do I have to look through? This gotta be the one.
Keep in mind you would have gotten fall damage from what I just did. We are in Morgantown. We can go straight to this train station, I would suggest, to get your fast travel points on, and have another station to sell things at. And since this does take place a day later, because I'm streaming this a day after that first, at part 3, as you can see, the caps have reset for the day. If I so please, I can also now trade in Somerset Special, the 5 script. The more stars, the more script. Try to plan and do them accordingly, because eventually you'll probably have a lot of legendary items to trade in a day if you do enough events. So you'll want to hit that 300 mark. And you're not going to want too many random terrible things like a pipe wrench with 1 star. You'll want to add them up so you don't have to deal with them. Is that a raider? Yeah. I'm going to kill him dead. Goodbye, raider. That is the building we're trying to get to. This is your first encounter with a cryptid. You don't have to fight him, but that's the grafted monster. big hulking behemoth. It's based on the Grafton monster lore in West Virginia folklore. Grafton is to the north. It's in the Toxic Valley. This is Grafton. But that was our first encounter with a cryptid. There will be some liberators at this building to our right. Keep that in mind. Made it to Charleston Train Yard, which is this building. Well, we want the AVR Medical Center. There are 2 entrances to the medical center. I would suggest going through the entrance that has the words AVR Medical Center. But there are 2 ways in. Let's deal with this guy. If we go any closer this way, we're going to get the ash heap. As you can see, the color of the ground, just like the map color is different, color of the ground starts to change as you enter. There's no more bright grass or any of that. There's a guy up here too. Not sure where he is right now. So that's one entrance right there. But here's the labeled entrance. This is the actual entrance that I think you're meant to go through. So let's go through this. I'm going to go sneaking because there are immediately enemies through this door. I would suggest entering new places, always sneak first. With your Pip-Boy light on. So there will be guys, as you can see. See how that one is standing in like a pose like this one? This one won't get up. They will. Watch. There we go. She, specifically. Predictable. So, we want to go down. There are 2 paths here. And obviously there's like... This place is probably the best place in the game to get stim packs and stuff because there's so many... first aid kits and mirrors and all that. Ton of scorched. Another good place for scrap and all that. I'd place a tent outside and loot through it and then move on. But the fastest way down to do this story is this way. First aid kit there. Down through here. I would try to run so you don't take fall damage. Go around. And come here. That'll be the boss of the area. You'll have like slightly better loot. But here we are. Crafting thing there for scrapping your scrap. Keep this in mind. This is the symptomatic machine. And this is because you'll see this a lot because it turns out Taggarty's Thunder, I believe, is one of these people, or one of these people were involved with them. I'm not 100% how that goes. That icon you just saw, that's me being thirsty. I haven't drank enough water. My water is getting low. So when you see that, I would really recommend making sure you drink purified water or boiled water if you have to, and use a Radaway after. And then my food's getting low. I'll eat the pork and beans. Ribeye steak. I got another score challenge just for doing that. See? Radaway diluted just to get a little bit so I don't waste a whole Radaway. Here we go. Just opening that completed a part of the story thing. Now it's updating. You're gonna have to use this option once you do this next part. Optionals: enter the Charleston Train Yard's main gate. And here is something I'm going to mention to you now. You can fast travel inside interiors, so you can instantly get out at this point. So like I said, if you're trying to rush through it like me just because you want access to the nukes, this is how you do it. I was not level 50 when I beat this story, and it was way harder in the beginning of the game's launch, as there was not the adjusting for levels, so it was much harder for me. But I was able to do the nuke by joining together with some people I met online, not in-game. I met them on Reddit. I will call them out as the Filthy Casuals subreddit. I met somebody who helped me through the nuke silo, helping me to finish the main story, which does end with launching a nuke. So, we need to collect a blood sample from Ferroghoul. It can be any Ferroghoul. You can even go back to where I had that tent next to that red rocket station, and you can kill one of those ghouls. But this is going to tell me where there is some nearby ones, type T fuse you need, and optionals to enter the Charleston station's main gate. There should be some ghouls over here that we can kill. And now we've discovered the ash heap because we're close enough to it. That's a place for the story. But see, equip a gas mask at the first sign of toxic air, but sometimes just wandering around, over time it'll say something. Killed that stinky ghoul, so now I just press space. And I collected that blood sample. I don't have to kill any more ghouls. But I will. There may be social mutants and floaters. Now, I wouldn't just load the blood samples now. I would get everything that you need to do it right away. But that's up to you. I'm going to turn off these side quests because they're bothering me. But now it's saying enter the train yard's main gate. You can fast travel. It'll probably cost you a cap to do so, but I'm going to fast travel because it's free for me right now. But I'm going to show you what you need to do to complete that optional objective. Because why not? Because there is a type T fuse here. These liberators do pack a punch. That door was locked, so I went in through the side. But essentially, for this part, this counts as entering the main gate. And now there is a type 2 fuse over here. Like the type T fuse. So we're gonna climb down here. That was the boss. The crown means the boss. Fuck off, Liberator Scourge. They're annoying me. There's one in here. From this point, you'll have to kill, see how it says danger? It'll be 15 seconds of not getting hit in order to fast travel. I would suggest unbarring the door and just fucking off. You're pretty close to the door anyways, so there's no need to fast travel. And this is a back door. But this still brings me in. And now we're right at the spot. All the type T fuse. Load them into the centrifuge. And then I would always wait for that to update, because sometimes it won't. Analyze blood sample. Now use the symptomatic. And now you're inoculated against the Scorched Plague.
Hello. This is Dr. Claire Hudson. And if you're hearing this, it means you must have completed my work and inoculated yourself. The next step is to find out if our elite anti-scorched unit, the Fire Breathers, are still alive. You can find them at the Charleston Fire Department. The Fire Breathers need to know the vaccine is ready. If they didn't make it, then...
So I got a legendary weapon there, and I have unlocked... I believe it said an event. So as you do the story, there are some events that won't actually pop up on your map until you've done it. Until you've done something in the story, and then an event can pop up. I don't know why I would immediately want to do one with a Scorch Piece, though. I would not suggest that. Plus, that's going to cost you like 40 caps to get over there. These are all little events, but... So now, again, I would just do that. And that place I told you before that was part of the story nearby, the Charleston Fire Department, that is where we're headed now. As I was close to it, now that I think about it, I would have suggested you to have stopped by there. But I'm only human. And we're pretty close anyways. It's not like it's a long trek. But if you did get close enough to just be able to fast travel, you can just fast travel. Or if you want to save the caps, which I usually prefer doing, that's just me, you can just run up there like a goober like I'm doing now. Now, the new arrivals is part of the Overseer's quest, and now this quest for the Overseer's mission, she has a separate personal mission that involves different holotapes than just the Overseer logs. Because she has her own side
the
quest.
Scorch. Take the Fire Breathers exam. Join today.
So there is more Overseer logs through here.
Join the
Overseer's Log, Charleston Fire Department.
Join the Fire Breathers.
Automation used to define life in West Virginia.
To begin.
Now it's the only thing left. These training programs that the responders have set up. How many survivors were running through these? It takes a certain calling to voluntarily run into the middle of a fire. Rescue people. Looks like they kept up that spirit. Even as the dangers changed. They must have fought the Scorched up close more than anyone. I need to find out what they knew.
So, this will have you join the Fire Breathers, and in order to do that, you have to take a knowledge exam. I remember there being an optional thing to find details that would help you pass the tests. So I would read that. There's anti-scorch tactics. There are more of them over the cross of this place, but I will just show you the answers. You want to evacuate as quickly as possible. You want to use a water-soaked rag. You want to gently bind the burn with clean bandages. When there's a collapsed mine like this flashing 3 times, you need to retreat immediately. This is the correct recipe. You want to fall back and engage from a distance with firearms because you don't want to get the sickness. And this one, end his life as mercifully as possible. Process answers. 7 out of 7 questions correct. Optional, search the study for knowledge exam study materials. You would have had to know where all of them specifically were. And now you gotta start the physical exam. But I did find some, but that only optional thing happens if you find all of them. I knew where those two were, but I was able to answer those questions and figure that out on my own. Now you just know the answers. Now for the physical exam. Wow. Alright. So you can fast travel to the Charleston train yard, the station, or whatever. I'm going to the train yard. I would have walked my ass there, but you know, you can do so. I can do it free. Trying to avoid radiation. I also don't push too many ghouls off because they give off radiation too. Only doing Into the Fire. At this point, that is your main quest. Oh my god. This place you have to come back to at some point. It is the Charleston Herald. It is a building that was a newspaper before the war. They knew things about some of the senators that were corrupt, some of them that were in the Enclave, other ones that were just being investigated. There can be super mutants here, ghouls here, or scorched here. But you want to just go straight here. You can take that, you can use the cooking station if you want. There is a holotape here, a stim pack. We're at the terminal, so now we initiate physical exam. So we need to get to a place, hit a button, get to the next place, hit the button, and then come back.
Examination will begin in 15 seconds.
This is what you're supposed to do, but so just look for arrows like that. They're just telling you quickly you want to go through here, you want to go here, you look around.
Exam initiated.
But look, arrows.
Activate initial checkpoint.
Look for the arrows. Telling you to go down here. You'll probably take fall damage for this, so just carefully go down. Telling me to go there. See what I did there? I forgot a very important part of this. Ready? Because that was what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to go there, but make sure you hit the button before you do what I just did. I might have just memed on you there real quick. Sorry about that, fam. But I had to do it to you. Make sure you hit that button, it will not count.
Checkpoint activated.
So now, you can just straight up not do all that. I would have taken fall damage, don't do that. Find a careful way down. But at this point, you'd have gone through all of that, and jumped down here. Don't have to do anything of that sort to get the fastest time possible, which doesn't affect anything, by the way. You would just... Jumping isn't affecting my AP, but it will for you. I'm just trying to go faster. If you're wondering why you messed up, also keep this in mind. But if you wonder why you messed up, it's because you probably forgot to press the button. You do have to press the button to activate the next part of the quest.
Checkpoint activated. Return to start.
I have not tested whether you can just fast travel back, but I wouldn't. It is really not that hard to get back, but you can try it if you want. But you may fast travel and end up a little bit further away than you want to be anyway, so again, wouldn't recommend it. Keep in mind you will get attacked by Scorched. So be prepared to fight them. I'm probably going to barely make it. But as you can see, even if you've messed up at that part that I did, you can still make it. You hit that button.
Congratulations,
It's
applicant.
done.
Please access terminal to initiate final examination briefing.
I'll wait for the rewards, because it's good to keep in mind what stuff you did get. I didn't get any rewards there. I'm probably going to get attacked by a ghoul here. Initiate final exam. Now head to the final exam site. That will be in the ash heap. You can just go back to the fire department. Ah, there it is. So I've got that much time before fast traveling will go through. If I get hits during this, it will cancel it. And I'll have to reinitialize the fast traveling or kill it and kill whatever it is first. Keep in mind, as I do see viewers, I am doing this as a series, so I probably will not interact with any chat, because I am doing this live. But we're here now, and we want to go this way. You can discover all the locations that you want to along the way. I would recommend making sure that you discover this place, the Rusty Pick, because this is the place where you can buy with script legendary modules or legendary weapons with random rolls. It'll be a random weapon, random roll. You can buy it straight from her, so you don't have to search for legendary enemies. Make sure you get it, because it's also got a legendary module station in there, and that might have a fusion core for you. You just gotta check it. Players go to these places they know of to get fusion cores, and this is a random encounter, but you could find her all over the place. Once you take this stuff,
Gangs are on the move. We must, The order cannot... Riverside Manor is back. The raiders are closing in.
that is a random encounter. That won't always be there for you. Again, it's a side quest. It's a whole... The Mistress of Mystery. It's in the same, series as the Silver Shroud was. The Mechanist. All that. In the Hubris Comics thing. There was an actress that worked on the show, just like the Silver Shroud show. Just talked about in Fallout 4, and you go to the set. But where you want to go is here, the final exam site. You'll talk to Bernie.
Fire breather. Applicant detected. Kit ticket issued. Please collect your gear.
Now you just...
Examination briefing.
dispenser.
Holotape issued.
Alright, so now you have to listen to this holotape. If you were to listen to that and not go in and restart the game, you would then have to re-listen to that again, or at least play it.
Welcome, recruit, to your final exam. I'm Hank Madigan, Fire Breather Lieutenant. Exam simple. Reach the bottom of the mine, hit the emergency beacon down there, and come back up. All you gotta do is survive a little slice of living hell, all the scorch that call it home. And I get this is extreme, but we need to know if you can hack it before you got half a dozen other people counting on you. But you're not going in empty-handed. Along with your suit, you've been issued a modified 10mm. We figured out the Scorched aren't big fans of depleted ultracite. Took a field trip to AMS HQ to figure out how to make the stuff, but it's the most effective tool we found for putting them down. So time to prove you can put it to good use. Suit up, strap in, and move out, recruit.
This 10mm will do extra damage to Scorched, like 20%, but it does that less to everything else. This is a good weapon to have for in here, because you'll pretty much just see Scorched. You'll want to put on the fire breather outfit, because, or at least the mask, because that will prevent you from getting any toxicness from the ash heat region. You do have to wear something like that the entire time, or you'll get sicknesses. Here we are, into the fire. So what you need to do now, you can search all these for resources and all that, but just come to the door. You can't open that without the terminal, so you have to use this terminal here. Remote door control, open the door. You can read whatever you want, but I'm not doing that. I've got a whole series looking at all that stuff. You can check that out if you want to watch the story and don't want to get the game. I have done the entire story in a no commentary run, because most of my playthroughs are non-commentary, just like my streams that I'm doing almost every day. It is an automatic 10mm, which is lucky to me. But you don't have to do anything here. There are bodies, there are Scorch Slayer's journals, which is the specific unit of the fire breathers that were sent in. You can find their bodies as you go. But I would suggest just coming here and following my lead here. I just cut through a bunch. There's more to explore over there, but I'm just doing the story, so I don't need to explore it right now. Fire will hurt you. Try not to touch it. So for this, you just want to activate the beacon. There's a holotape about the last people who did, which are the bodies that you found. Here. But you just have to hit that.
Applicant task successful. Return to surface for examination completion.
Now you'll get waves of Scorch. But if you just want to leave, go up here. Follow this out. You can fight the waves if you want the XP and items. There is a crafting thing over there and here. You might find gems on these shelves as well.
Search.
Get crotched, idiot. Very simple. Now we just return to Bernie. If you want the experience, I would loot everything and listen to the holotapes as you go. But if you're trying to quickly get through it just so you can get to the nukes and all that, or you haven't done it in a while and you're trying to redo it, but you remember the story and you just want to quickly get through it, just do what I've done. Because I'm going to show you the quickest and simplest way to just make sure you activate each individual part of these quests as we do them, to check them off so you don't have to worry about it. I believe I can just fast travel out now. I was just running through just because I can. I kind of wanted to slaughter those Scorched. But obviously, as I told you, unlike in Fallout 4 and a lot of other ones, you can fast travel out from interiors in this. Some places you cannot, keep that in mind. That's why I don't think about it. But in this case, again, just like AVR Medical, you can. And now you got power armor, but this will be higher level than you are. So you have to take these off before you can take it. And all you gotta do is press E. Get in it. And now you have a set of power armor. You can't put the armor on because it's too low. You can either scrap it or keep it for later, but it's only level 25. I wouldn't worry about it. I'd scrap it for maybe the plans. But with this frame, you can now always have a set on you. It weighs 10 pounds, no matter what armor is on it. So each of those armor pieces weigh 16, 14, 12, but when they're all attached to the frame in general will just be a power armor chassis that you can rename. 105 now I have, because that's 10. And now there's that. I can click view to change my Pip-Boy view. Inspect. And now if I press V, I can say T51. Oh, I have caps lock on. T51B. So it'll always be renamed that. That way I can tell which power armors are which, because we're not going to be able to tell the durability of any of them. I couldn't tell you why. But now when you click on that, you can use this to kind of get your way into locations. As long as you can get into the power frame, you can kind of phase through walls to get to it. But essentially you just press E, and it'll place it down. You can get into it, press spacebar and select it. After 60 seconds, it'll automatically come back to your inventory. But like if you need 10, like I have 105, if that was my limit, was 100, and that took too much, I can place that down. Now I can fast travel if say that was my weight limit. But now I've got a power armor frame. So that's how power armor works in this game.
All examinations complete. Congratulations. Issuing orientation holotape. Please proceed to Charleston Fire Department for company registration.
So now you can fast travel directly to the Charleston Fire Department if you please, or walk if you so are in feeling like it. You might be able to get there faster than me if you have speed demon mutations or something, but like in general, I think that's
successful graduate detected. Applicant survival rate updated.
So from here,
please
stairs.
Proceed to Captain's office for final registration.
There can be creatures in here and infiltrators. Keep that in mind. But you want to go here. And this is a shop.
Safe out there. Responder.
So you can get notes and all that. Alright, so now you get on here. Schematic Archive, I would suggest going here and getting your mods. These will let you add that same enchantment that it has to the 10mm that they gave you to pretty much any weapon. But keep in mind that'll lower its effectiveness against anything that isn't scorched. But in theory, there are multiple mods that give it, and it counts as almost like a legendary effect when you look at it. So, in theory, you can have up to like a 5-star weapon if you have that added and something else added, this and that. But that's why there's only 3-star weapons, but 5 slots.
There are 800,000 outstanding support calls. There is 1 priority call. Accessing.
Maria, Melody, whoever's down there, it's Madigan checking in. At long last. I'm up here just outside the top of the world, and I found something I think could be game-changing. Don't ask me where I got it. I just need you to send backup up here quick. The best guns you can spare. Call me back at this frequency as soon as you can. Madigan out.
And that completes Into the Fire. So in a way, that finishes all of the Responders quests. Until the pit comes out. Because this is going to take you now to the Savage Divide. Which starts the Raider quest line. Now, the closest place I have here, right now, is this Portside Pub, so I'm going to go there. I would have suggested going to Vault 76 first, so that you're closer to the area that you want to fast travel to, because Vault 76 is always free. Keep that in mind. So if you wanted to go to Morgantown and you were in the mire, I'd go to 76 first, then go there. But we need to go here. There is a path that leads up there that I would suggest taking, which is a road that does lead to there. But you gotta go all the way around and, you know. But it's cool. There's like legendary things that'll appear. There's cryptids that might appear. Grafton Monster, I remember. At this point, I'm not going the most safe route, but I'm just, as I've mentioned before, just trying to take the quickest for just purely check-marking the story off. I'm not necessarily trying to get more fast travel points, but if you were trying to follow my route exactly, obviously the parts that I find are what I'm going to find. This place is filled with ghouls. Keep that in mind. All those watching live, I hope you've had a good evening, and if you needed to know how to do the story, this is your guide. There is a playlist on the channel, and those who are watching in the future, I'm hoping this is helping you get your quickest route. This place we're coming up on, that's showing up on the minimap now, is Bolton Greens, and there is one of those events that pops up on the map that will go there. So what I'm doing here will get you that as a fast travel point, and you can use that for doing the event. But this is essentially the road that will take you up to Savage Divide. There's a lot of mountains in the Savage Divide, places that are cut off that you kind of have to go all the way around. Or if you see somebody's camp, which I would highly recommend, you can just fast travel to someone's camp, spend the caps, get a faster route, and you won't have to run all the way around. But what's the fun in that, and how many resources are you gonna collect if you just skip around too much? You'll wonder why you don't have enough to build your camp, because you haven't been crafting and collecting. Here's Bolton Greens. We're getting pretty close to the top of the world now. I wonder if the events will start just from being here for the first time. Sometimes they do. This place has a bunch of scorches as well. Common theme in a game called Scorched. Oh right, I'm gonna take this off because I don't care to wear it anymore. Nice, and I took off my hat. I don't need the hat. It's not Reclamation Day anymore, and it hasn't been for 4 years, but it's not even my character's Reclamation Day anymore, so why would I bother? This is the route I took. You can go a different route, as I said, fast travel, all that, but this is just how I'm doing it. Here's the road I talked about that's going to lead me to the Savage Divide. Essentially, we want to get there, but at this point we can tune into the top of the world signal if you wish. I'm just going to tune in just for the sake of it.
I need help getting together so we can... If you think you... Look forward to meeting you.
This will take you all the way around.
This is the Rose. If you hear me, the top of the world, Pleasant Valley. I need help getting together so we can... If you think you... Look forward to meeting you. Calling all right. This is the Road.
It's similar to, if you've played Fallout 3, the quest where you collect the satellite dish from the lunar lander in the museum for 3 Dog, because her connection is very bad, and you're going to be essentially making it better so that you can hear her radio thing across Appalachia and beyond, in theory. Obviously you wouldn't know because you can only be in Appalachia at this time. But we're in the Savage Divide now. We're on the very borderland, pretty much. There's a big mountain preventing us from getting to where we're trying to go. I'm just trying to find a quick way around. I believe this is even the route that I took when I played the beta, which is kind of funny, because I actually don't think I've been this close to this area of this mountain since then. But I'm kind of circumventing going along that path that would have led me up and around, but I'm going to see if there's a quicker route, because that's the whole point of this. There's some ores, you know, you can find them on the sides of mountains. Again, excavator power armor or pickaxe. You have to be a certain level to even get the excavator armor quest, so keep that in mind. Be careful around this mountain, because I know for a fact that part of the story there is a Deathclaw spawn. Oh, there's some scorched. But the Deathclaw spawn is part of a quest where you're supposed to kill the raiders. There he is. This is where he will be. I'll tell you that quest when we get there. I have now killed the Deathclaw. So keep in mind, you might not want to trigger him to spawn, because you're going to want a set Deathclaw location. That's a set location where Deathclaws spawn. There's another one specifically up here in this spot. This is Deathclaw Island. It'll even be a marked location as such that you can fast travel to, where there is always a Deathclaw there for that quest or anything that you need a Deathclaw. Useless. That was a raider. Not anymore, but was a raider. Getting real close to the top of the world, which is a ski resort, by the way. Not sure if my route is actually the most efficient right now, but if you keep following around it, there is a path that leads up the mountain that you can then just carefully climb down the mountain, and you'll probably get there faster. Goodbye, Mole Rat. We're already level 9. Obviously, there's some factors, such as invincibility, that are affecting that, but, pretty good. It won't be long before I can show you how, at level 50, or at least 25, you can readjust your perks, and when we get to that, we'll do so. If we get to that. I might even finish this before we even reach level 25. I do not know yet. But if you can see a way up, just go up. Be careful, there could be more spawns of creatures and enemies and the like. I've done this route before, so I knew there was a crevice here leading up. The missing link is follow Madigan's trail, and the side quest is... where is the side quest? I think it's in miscellaneous. Go to the top of the world. But that's pretty much the same quest, so you can leave that one on. That way if it disappears, you'll know why it's just gone when it's the same quest. So you can see it from here. Looks like it's about to start raining. I believe there can be some robots that spawn here, so be careful. Again, you can take the safe route, you can fast travel to someone else's, but if you're just trying to quickly run from point A, point B, do this. I will definitely get it done. But obviously I can't fast travel to places that I have not been, so you're gonna have to walk your ass there if you don't have anywhere close enough to fast travel to where you're already gonna have to walk a long way. You don't have to pick up plants, because plants will... the condition will die and then they'll become spoiled in your inventory. These will hurt you if you stand next to them for too long, or you can collect them to prevent it, but if you're standing next to them too long, they will go off and hurt you. We've reached the top of the world. As we get closer, we should get a radio message from Rose. There's going to be a lot of those. Rose is both a person and a robot that has been created to be
Hey, you down there! Don't be scared. I'm not a ghost. I'm talking to the PA system. Hey, you came because you heard me on the radio, right? Here's the deal. We're gonna help each other out. You down with that? Fantastic. So, I've got this little radio operation I need to expand. Gotta boost this super weak signal. You know how it is. See, I found these plans for a radio signal repeater on a dead responder out by Seneca Rocks. They were gonna patch it through that giant radio array on the other side of the mountain and use it to boost their radio. Only, I don't have the plans. It didn't seem important at the time. Ugh, I'm kicking myself for not taking the schematic when I found it. I'd go back and get them, but who knows what sort of rotten lowlifes would ransack this place while I'm gone. Okay, I need you to find the plans, build the repeater, and patch it into the array following their notes. Easy peasy, right? I'll take the rest from there. We'll be in business. Rose and, whatever your name is.
Overseer's log, top of the world. There's someone in control of this old ski resort, and if I ever find her, I'm gonna wash her mouth out with the first thing vaguely resembling soap I can get my hands on. Oh, selfish. That's the word. Maybe that's why she's alone. Maybe that's why she survived. But the only way she'll tell me what she knows is if I help her first. All the good people I've learned about who've died, and it's the sociopath who still gets to live.
So at this point of this quest, because this is the very beginning of meeting Rose, you will not be able to go up here.
No way. Fix my radio signal, then I'll let you come up.
And there's other audio things from just continuously doing it. Sometimes they don't go off, sometimes it's either to like leave the game and come back. There used to be a sting wing that was pretty high level and a rad scorpion here, but it appears they no longer spawn, which is good because it really screwed you over. But at this point, you've got the fast travel for the top of the world. And that is where I'm going to end this today, because that was the end of the Responders quest, which you will see very soon why. Tragic, I know, but this is the beginning of the Raider quest, which I would say is the second phase of the main quest. So, thank you for watching, and keep tuned for the next part of this series. Also, the irony is not lost on me that over the course of multiple videos, I'm trying to show you how to do it quickly, but I'm not doing it all in one go. My apologies. I do YouTube, and I am trying to get content out. But you will have the whole thing, I promise.